First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Also, the true Lord, beside the King of Kings, royalty himself, Yahweh Shah, Amashiach. Also, the final Father, the true Father, One West. This is Fallen Kings going back at you yet with another lesson. The title lesson is going to be, before I go any farther, before I get the title, Salakia, this lesson is into the 12 tribes of Israel, which is the so-called blacks, the so-called Native Americans, and the so-called Latino descent. You represent the 12 tribes of Israel, according to biblical record and biblical history. To you, I say Shalom. Yes, the title lesson is going to be bittersweet. Yes, that's right, bittersweet. This truth, as we currently living in, under Babylon the Great, which is America, is bittersweet. The bitter part is that we are in our captivity. We lost our heritage. We lost everything. We at the bottom. And I don't care how much money you make or how successful you is in this society. You are considered as a third-class citizen. You're not considered as a regular human being, in this society. That's the bitter part of it. That we are the first fired, the last hired. We oppress all day long. But the sweet part of the whole ordeal is that we got the kingdom of heaven coming. And that the greatest man that ever lived looked like us. He's a black man, So even though we are oppressed, and even though we go through these trials and tribulations that we going through, the reward is far much more greater than the persecution. Let me get a couple of scriptures on this. This is the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 1. What advantage then hath the Jew? Or what profit is there of circumcision? It's about to explain. Much in every way. The reason why I said what it just said in the statement in the verse here, it says that much in every way, is because everything was created for us. When you read the book of Ezra, I'm gonna get in a second. Everything was created for our sake. You know what I mean? Everything, like all the wealth, the riches, the resources, everything that this earth has to offer and beyond was created for the Israelites. So yes, we at the bottom is bittersweet, but the sweet is always better than the bitter. It says, what advantage then hath the Jew, or what profit is there in circumcision? Much in every way. Chiefly because that unto them was committed the oracles of Yahweh, means the laws, statutes, and commandments, and all the promises and all the blessings that come with that. Let's get a second verse real quick. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 59. Salakia. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 59. If the world now be made for our sake, meaning the world was created for our sake. If the world now be for if the world now be made for our sake, why do we not possess an inheritance? Remember, we broke the law, statutes, and commandments with the world. How long shall this endure? Meaning, Ezra was very upset and angry about the affliction of his people, but the promises were still given to Israel. That's the plus side of the whole thing. So yes, we don't possess inheritance now because we're going through our captivity and we're going through our punishment, but our punishment is about to be lifted up. And then once that punishment be lifted up, all the miracle, all the blessing, all the kingdomship comes with that, and all the rulership and the priesthood come with that. Let's get a second verse here. Because in their sake, the 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 11, because for their sake I made the world. Told you. The world was made for our sake. Everything in the world. That means the servants, the other nations, all of them was made to serve us when you read the scriptures. Tell you about that in the book of Genesis when the Most High blessed Abraham when he got ready to sacrifice Isaac. It says he should possess the gates of his enemy. That means rulership. Because for their sake I made the world, and when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decree that now is done. And it was done when we went into captivity, and now we getting ready to get lifted out of that captivity into the new covenant when Yahweh Shah returns. And we're gonna receive the inheritance and the promise, all the judges that's covered will not be covered no more. The whole world would know that Yahweh Shah is a black man. The whole world would know that the Heavenly Father is black, and they will be glorified. That's going to happen when Yahweh Shah come on the earth. That's why it says every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. that Yahweh Shah is Lord. This is Philippians chapter 2, verse 10. It says that in the name of Yahweh Shah, every knee shall bow of the things in heaven and the things in earth and the things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Yahweh Shah is Lord, to the glory of Yahweh the Father. So when Yahweh Shah returns, the kingdom of heaven will be established, because everyone is going to know who the Israelite is. It's not going to be no controversies no more. The truth will be completely manifested to the point where Esau rulership will be completely out the way. Because two kingdoms can't abide. Esau kingdom cannot be ruled long beside Yahweh Shah kingdom. No, evil and righteousness is opposite of each other. So when the Lord returns, when the King of Kings return, that rulership will be on the earth, and that royalty and that priesthood and that excellency and majesty will be on the earth. I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, also to the beside the King of Kings, royalty himself, Yahweh Shah, Mashiach, also the final Father, true Father, one West. This fallen King will back at you yet with another lesson. Shalom.